What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. My top 3 gym hacks. It's taken me years to figure this out, right? You go to the gym and you ever notice now in sports, a lot of athletes have the same pregame ritual. I was watching this thing on Kittle from the 49ers. In fact, my son Thomas, before every high school wrestling match, his coach Rex, who wrestled at Oklahoma, he has him doing the same warm-up every time. It's about consistency and getting in the zone. I've always tried to figure out what to do. Sometimes I used to go to the gym and I'd just be like, let's crush it. Then other days I'd be like, I can't really get into it. But what I found is that standardizing these 3 things have made my workouts much more consistently awesome, which has led to even better gains. Okay, so I think that we need to get into these, and these are in order in what I feel is the most important. Number 1 is I always warm up, but my warm up will vary based on body part. For example, if I'm doing legs, I will do some active movement. World's greatest stretch. If you want to search that, I've done videos on it. It's called the world's greatest stretch. I'll do mini bands. I'll do clamshells. I'll do mini band walks laterally to warm up my hips. I'll go on the adductor machine, work my inner thighs. I'll go on the hyperextension machine. But before all that even starts, I get in the gym. First thing I do, hop on the treadmill for 5 to 10 minutes, get my core temperature up, and I'm ready to rock. It generally takes me 15 to 20 minutes, but when I get into training, I can get done in 40 minutes, what would have taken me 60 minutes, because I am ready to rock and I'm going, and my training is much more effective and much more intense. For upper body day, I might do band pull-aparts. I might do some shoulder movements. I might do single arm kettlebell, bell up, shoulder press, anything to get it going. I always do lower back hyperextensions. But before that, I always get that treadmill walk, just a little walk to get going. 5 to 10 minutes, get the core temperature raised, get going, get your headphones in, just get zoned in that you're in the gym and ready to rock. So the number 1 thing I do is I always warm up. Figure out what warm-up works best for you and use it every day. Develop consistency, 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 consistency. Get you locked in and ready to train. When you know once you hop on that mill, it's time to go. Number 2 is train for how you feel that day. If you get to the gym and you have a high rep recovery day planned, but you feel the strongest you've ever felt, let's say you slept really well, you ate a big meal the night before, go hit a PR. But on the flip side, let's say you get to the gym and you're supposed to go heavy. You're supposed to hit a PR, but you're just not feeling it. Maybe you had a hard day at work the day before. Maybe your wife yelled at you for leaving the toilet seat up. Maybe your dog shit on the floor. I don't know. Let's say you're just not in it. Call an audible. Maybe you get going and you start warming up and you start feeling it, but maybe that's a day where you don't go for your rep max with 405 on the bench, right? Maybe you're like, you know what? I'm going to go for 315. I'm going to do 6 to 8. Because what I found, when I'm not feeling it, when I'm forcing it, that's when I've gotten injured. That's when I've tweaked my back. That's when I've tweaked my pec. That's when I've tweaked things. That's when I've done bad things. When you're not feeling up to it, your body is sending a signal that you are either not mentally or physically ready to go for what you're going for. That doesn't mean go home. That doesn't mean don't go to the gym. That means call an audible. That means do something different that is based on how you feel that day. So the second thing is train for how you feel that day. The third thing is the most nuanced individual thing that I think I could talk about. I recently just started doing this in the past probably 8 months, and it has changed my workouts. Now, it might not work for everybody, but I find when my brain is activated, my muscles tend to activate better. I know that might sound weird, but hear me out. I'm a bit weird like that. I stopped listening to DMX. I stopped listening to Metallica. You can tell how old I am, right? I started listening to podcasts and audiobooks. I'm listening to books on marketing, on psychology. I'm listening to books on politics. I'm listening to Joe Rogan. I'm listening to Huberman. I'm listening to all this stuff. And I find that the podcast, whereas, generally speaking, I've been training so long, about 30 minutes into the workout, I'm like, let's talk about pre-workouts. See, a lot of them just get you spiked and then you crash. The crash is crazy. When I take a pre-workout, I don't want my heart beating out of my chest. I can't do a set to failure with that. No, I want something that gets me focused. I want my mind to just go, I'm gonna get all the weight. I want my body to feel like I can go crush it, make the gains of my life. That's why the pre-workout I use is Ambrosia Kinetic. Ambrosia Kinetic is the greatest mushroom-enhanced mind and body performance booster pre-workout ever created. Go to tigerfitness.com now. That's tigerfitness.com. Coupon code MAHA, M-A-H-A, MAHA. MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. And you get 10% off, not just Kinetic, but the entire site. Go to tigerfitness.com now, save and make the gains you've been wanting. Kind of don't want to be here anymore. You know, I've been training 30 minutes really hard. Like, let's finish this up, guys. Like, I got shit to do. When I'm listening to a podcast, for some reason, I can lock in and hit PRs on my sets. But I'm also finding myself when I get to that 30, 35, 40 minute mark, instead of thinking, man, I'm kind of tired of being here, I'm thinking, you know what? If I train a little bit longer, I can listen to more of this. And I'll have a podcast just for training. I'll have an audiobook just for training. So the only time I can listen to that is during training. So it forces me to train a little bit longer. But for some reason, my mind is activated. I tend to fire better with my muscles. I know that might sound crazy. No data to back it up. Give it a shot, right? Put on a good Rogan episode. Put on a good Huberman episode. Listen to a good audiobook, right? A good audiobook. Maybe you're listening from good to great to unstoppable. Maybe you're listening to that. Maybe it's an autobiography of someone you really, really look up to. Whatever it is you like. Put that on a book, get a book, listen to it. Podcast, dude. You go on Spotify, you go on YouTube, you go on Rumble, you can find all these great things to listen to and just lock in. So there it is. Top 3 things. Number 1 is warm up every workout. Number 2 is train for based on how you feel that day. And the third hack is try listening to a podcast. Podcast isn't your thing? Music. There is actual data that shows that people who listen to music train better than those who don't. I'm not going to cite it. I read it. It's there. Look it up if you want to see it. But there is data to show. But for me, someone who's naturally very high energy, man, that podcast thing is just really doing it for me. Anyway, what are your 3 gym hacks? Let me know. Comment down below. Let me know if you tried my gym hacks, if you like my gym hacks, if you don't like them. Do you need to warm up? Do you not need to warm up? Do you always train for based on what's planned that day? Or do you go off a little bit and maybe just adjust the reps and sets for based on how you feel? Maybe you're a little bit sick, like today I have a little cold. I'm like, you know what? I'm only gonna do 2 leg exercises instead of 3. I'm gonna get out of here, I'm gonna recover, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna hydrate, and I'm gonna feel better about it, right? Let me know. And have you ever tried listening to a podcast? I know. During training, that's weird, but I thought it was weird too. Then I tried it, and here I am. Anyway, be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell, and of course, go to tigerfitness.com. Coupon code MAHA, M-A-H-A, MAHA. Get you 10% off the entire site, including MTS Nutrition Machine Whey, including the Outright Bar, including Immortal, including Ambrosia Planta. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And of course, share this video, dude. Share it. I noticed in the comments, a lot of people are like, man, I haven't seen your videos pop up. They're starting to pop up. I think that people are starting to, algorithms starting to like me a little bit more. But I don't know. All you can do is share it. Help me out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm Marc Lobliner. That's not a game.